Check 231. We are live. Hello, Oscar. Glad to see you this March 5th, whatever the day is today. It's spring, finally,
Yep.
I guess.
I don't know.
Yeah. It's
Is
like,
it?
because it's weird, right? In some other countries, it's different, at least for me, because I grew up in Lithuania and we like clearly have 4 seasons defined. Like you have winter and it starts in December.
Yeah.
And then you have spring, which starts in March. I know that in the States, for some reason, the summer starts in like, I don't know, like 20th of June or something. You ever heard of it?
20th of June, just summer.
Yeah, I don't know. Like,
Okay.
it's something like that. We have to fact check. Like, we can ask Google.
I guess we can. Yeah, I don't really pay attention
Okay,
to
Google.
anything that doesn't
When does summer start in the United States?
that isn't important.
Let's see.
Summer in Northern Hemisphere will begin on Sunday the 20th of June 2021
Wait,
and ends
wait,
on
wait,
Wednesday
wait.
the 26th.
In the Northern Hemisphere, so summer is supposed to start on the 20th of June and not in like June 1st, which I always thought summer starts in just June, you know?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Though. Like, I never paid attention to like whenever summer starts or whatever. It's like if I don't need to know something, I just don't know it. It's like I don't even know the alphabet.
Wow.
And there's this dude, funny story, there's this dude delivering food to somebody in my flat, and I was coming downstairs and I had headphones on, and he just kind of like, he tried to get my attention. I took my earphones off, and he was like, do you know where this flat is? And the flats in the building are not numbered, they've got letters for,
Alphabetically.
yeah. And like on the staircase, you've only got like this letter to this letter, and he's asking me, do you know where this flat is? I'm like, yeah, I don't know the alphabet, dude. And he's like, I don't know the alphabet either.
No way, dude. How?
And it's like, I know, like, till a certain point, I could probably like bluff. I could probably like try saying it and guess, but
Wow, dude.
the Polish and English alphabet are slightly easier, different towards the end. And I don't think I ever learned the Polish alphabet.
Yeah,
It's
I never
like-
learned the Lithuanian alphabet properly.
Like I learned it once probably for school,
Mm.
and then it's like after that, it's like when do you ever use this? It's just use numbers. don't use letters to label anything. Just use numbers. I mean, in chess you've got like, so it's easier, right, to say like what do you mean if we say 1-1 or 2-1? Which one? Which one?
Yeah.
It's like say So there are situations where you might need to use it like that, but
Like coordinate systems on. Yeah, that's interesting. I never really thought of like, lettering, not like numbering, but like lettering things, right?
Yeah.
You know how like it's just normal, like ABC, right? It's
Mhm.
even in the bullet lists or bullet somethings. When you go on like a text editing software,
yeah,
be it like Microsoft Word or something, you can choose like how do you want it numbered, or if you want a 1, 2, 3 or ABC or something.
yeah,
But I never really considered that. Right, this only applies to the Latin alphabet, right? Because like you probably have different alphabets, like even Cyrillic, which is the Russian alphabet, which is like, how does it look in their language? It's probably like all weird kind of things we don't understand,
Hmm.
Yeah, damn. What about like Chinese or Japanese or Indian or Arabic, or I mean no wait, they are supposed to Arabic number.
Arabic numerals.
Yeah, but it's numerals. What about Arabic letters then?
I don't,
Arabic ABC?
I don't know. You're asking tough, but I don't know this shit.
I
I don't even know my own alphabet. You expect me to know Arabic alphabet?
Right. Theoretically, I'm supposed to know. Well, because I used to spend my chemistry lessons learning
Latin.
the Arabic alphabet.
Oh,
There's 28 letters because there's 3 ways of writing each letter. Every letter is being written in like the beginning, middle, or the end, and every symbol differs to like how it's written, because like if it starts in the beginning, maybe it has like some weird starting point, and if it's in the middle, then it's completely different. Like Well, again, like don't quote me on this because I've only been doing this and like doing chemistry lessons, pretending to be learning Arabic because I was like chemistry so boring. I'd rather do something.
Oh, so it's not like they use Arabic letters in that chemistry for things. No, that's what I thought at first. That's why I guessed
No.
Latin because
No,
like
I used to play solitaire or something else until I was like, nah, actually, I can just learn Arabic during chemistry because I was so bad in chemistry, dude.
if you weren't learning Arabic.
No, that came after it. It's like the chicken or the egg problem. I think my chicken was chemistry, and then I was like, let's spawn an Arabic egg.
Right.
So, well, at least I knew how to write a word called jihad,
Wow.
which is supposedly not what people think. It's like that's what Muslim people say. It's not what we think, or it is like the holy war or whatever, but like it also means a challenge to yourself, like a war against yourself or some shit like that, which is like,
Yeah.
you could go to Google and fact check this. I'm just piquing your interest if you're interested, but it's like unnecessary trivia, isn't it? That's how we started today's episode too. It's like the alphabets or anything. Do you think that's unnecessary trivia, or do you think that might expand your, cerebral capacity and make you big brain because you practice your brain to constantly learn new things? Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. Not like a neuroscientist, right? I guess it might do. Yeah, I don't know. Trying to think about it.
Like, I know that supposedly, when you're learning something new, well, you may be losing some other memories or some other skills or whatever. But
yeah, I don't think it's like 1 for 1. It's not like you learn this thing, so you have to lose something else. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't thought about this.
Neurons get rewired, right, when you learn something new.
I suppose, yeah.
Imagine if our brain is just like in like machine learning, right? You have this model,
Yeah.
with like the neurons where they like just shift their weights and stuff. Imagine if our brain is just like a way bigger network of that, which is like you can't really spawn new neurons, but what you can do is you can train or like shift the way your general model works to accommodate the new skill. Which is like maybe now you're 80% as good as at guitar than you used to be good, but now you can skate or something, because like some neurons that form new pathways which are better for like the new skill that you're learning. But then
Yeah, I think, yeah, it's interesting. It's like whether the two things conflict with each other, I guess. I guess you could be learning something that models in such a way that it's compatible with something else, and then you can easily learn the two things at the same time, and it's not going to be a problem. But I guess there could be situations where there's a conflict where something is so much different. Like imagine learning, just for a simple example, learning 2 ways of doing mathematics.
Oh, but the thing is, but because it's close together, not like
No, I mean like completely different.
yeah, but different,
ideas.
but they're close in the brain most likely, because it's not like you're learning to sing and then you're learning to reason. It's like they're not in different brain locations, so it's like it probably has to be completely different ways, as you mentioned.
I don't think it works like that.
But it's
I don't know exactly how it works. That's why I'm speaking in these abstract terms. But I don't think it works like that.
But I mean, if you're learning a math skill, and like complete different ways of learning math, at least I would imagine, they're closer together in the brain somewhere.
Okay,
If the concept of areas of brain being responsible for certain things is true, which is like, let's say your math skills are located like
yeah, I don't.
on the left somewhere, and then like your singing is on the right or something, or whatever.
Yeah, I wouldn't think about it like that. I don't think it's there's obviously different parts of the brain that have different functions. I don't think it's quite it's divided by the subjects that we think of, that we classify as humans. I think there is things that we can classify, that we can divide the brain by up, but it's not like music and maths really. I wouldn't say. I don't know, but I would guess it's not. I would guess they're all pretty around the similar area. Yeah, because you have to think that the parts of the brain evolved over time to do different things in different periods in history, where they were had to solve different tasks. So the old parts of the brain, they didn't just disappear; they obviously stayed. So like our primitive brain, that like how you don't really forget how to walk. It's almost like hardwired. You don't really have to have. I don't think you have to have guidance to learn to walk. You probably grow up in the wild, but raised by wolves, and learn to walk on 2 feet. I'm guessing.
That's an interesting, like,
because there's a part of your brain that's just pretty much baked ready for you to be able to walk.
What if you just start walking on 4?
I might do. I don't know.
It's just like you never know how to, or like you just crawl, or
It's like by
roll.
the way, all of this that we're saying, we don't know. Neither of us are neuroscientists, or
Yeah, that's why this is not a neuroscientist conference. This is literally like a chill Friday podcast.
yeah.
So, like, imagine if someone just like learns how to roll or like crawl, or like instead of just like learning how to walk, right? You say they got raised by wolves. What if they get raised by like snakes, and and you see a guy fully capable, like has legs and stuff, fully capable of walking, but he's just like rolling.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Why not though?
Because it's just not the most efficient way for you to move.
But how would you
Like
know?
how you want to survive, you want to go and get the food, you want to go and get the fucking, catch the fucking animal so you can eat it. You're
Yeah,
not going to be slithering, but that's not the most efficient way for you to move about.
But if you've not seen anyone walk on 2 feet in your entire life because you grew up in the wilderness, and you've seen like,
That's what I'm saying though. Your brain is like pretty much baked ready for you to walk on 2 feet. So if once you figure out that it's efficient way to move, you're going to do it. Like for some animals, it's just not possible. Even if it's physically possible for them to stand on 2 feet, their brain is not predisposed to do that.
Yeah, but like, everyone's brain is also ready for other things, like having motivation to sit down and do work, but people just become lazy.
Yeah, but we're talking about like the hard wiring and the soft wiring of the brain now.
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't know about these concepts. What are those?
But so you got like parts of the brain that are evolved to do for you to be able to do certain things.
Oh, like motoric functions, or like
Maybe.
sight, hearing, or whatever.
I don't know I don't know specifically, but it's like you're not going to teach a wolf, say, or any animal to speak human language. So it's just not those.
Oh,
Right.
Maybe it's just because their brains are smaller. I mean, that's what I'm saying. That's why I said it. Like,
So why then do we have different parts of the brain for different functions?
because we have such a big brain that our mental model.
No, why is it always the same ones for the same people most of the time anyway?
Well, because it evolves, evolution, right? It's like with just as I've said with machine learning, right? Your neurons are most likely gonna eventually end up the same if you take 2 separate models and train them on the same data set.
We're talking
And
about soft
for the
wiring
same
now.
for the same time.
Okay, that's the soft wiring.
But isn't hard wiring just the same soft wiring, but ran on like tens of thousands of years on like a big model? Because our brain is like so big that it eventually just finds the best, or like.
Okay.
I mean, I have no idea
like,
how brain works.
So you think like evolving wolves over 10,000 years to speak human?
Well, if you gave them the same amount of neurons, and
No, their neurons could like they could have mutations over time, which increases their number of neurons and new neurons to be able to speak with humans. And actually, possibly, since we've domesticated animals, there might be a chance that they speaking human eventually, because it pays to be able to communicate with the things that you're close by. So
True.
and we're might also evolve to speak dog and cat.
Yeah, that's the
I
thing.
don't think we will, because there's
Man,
not really an advantage.
How is our
evolutionarily.
brain so big and we can't speak cat or cow?
I don't know. We might be able. I don't know. I don't think we're able to. But
Like, we can learn how to speak Farsi, but we can't learn how
we
to
could probably
speak.
figure it out with AI.
I mean, yeah, I mean, kind of true how they're trying to understand, like, dolphins or whales or, you know, those, like, kind of different signals that they send. They even figured out how bees communicate. Not like the full, I don't know if they have bee alphabet, obviously, figured out, as in humans. But they for sure have found studies where the bees, because, you know, they dance around
Yeah.
when they tell the location of the nectar or something else to the other bees. Like, they come into the hive, dance in specific patterns, and then the whole like however you call that bee collection. God damn it, I forgot that word. You know, like a freaking swarm. I think, yeah, it's like a swarm of bees can then find its way to the freaking exact coordinates of where that bee just danced around. And they did studies. They literally like isolated those bees, and like without a way to just for them to see, explore, or whatever, and that bee just, you know, finds something and goes back, dances around, and then the whole they just know. It's like it's mental how it works, dude.
Yeah, as well.
So they do have some sort of a language, like.
Think there may be like symbolizing some things, like that tree next to the rock.
I could only guess, right? Unless they're just way more big brained than us, and then the bee just flies back and is like, coordinates, longitude 54, 7, 8, latitude 65 plus. Like, I don't know, dude.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's interesting. I don't think we ever just sit down and think about things like that. Unless it's a Friday evening and we're recording the podcast, so
Yeah.
it's quite a thing to be thinking about, to be honest.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah. Well, so what do we get out of this today?
What do we get out of this?
How do we call it? And what's the ending message? Because we used to have ending messages, but now it's like it's faded. Wolf can learn to speak human, but human cannot learn to speak wolf. Or
yeah, technically can. Yeah, it won't happen. I'll just say that. I don't like the word "can't" in this context. It won't happen. I say because there's no evolutionary advantage for us to learning cat or wolf or dog. But
some cat and dog people would be sad though.
But a cat, there might be an evolutionary advantage for a cat or a dog to learn human. I don't know. But there's no like probably no threat to them if they don't know human, whether versus what if they do. So
yeah,
it's like because like luxuries don't really do anything in the evolution games. So, like if you can ask human for better food, it's probably not even going to be better for you. It's just going to be like junk food for the animal. And the animal that doesn't know how to speak human is going to be able anyway.
Yeah.
It's not going to be able to say I want the junk food, and it's going to be eating healthy food. So so maybe they'll never speak human.
What if they have their own words for that? It's just like, don't eat this plant which will make you like high or something. I don't know, dude. Yeah, well, in any case, I think we should wrap this up. It's been a pleasure pondering the evolutionary advantages and disadvantages and
evolutionary neuroscience.
Neuroscience. How to speak dog and Yeah.
Hmm.
Thank you, Oscar, and catch everyone next week.
Thanks.